even Salman, I mean, if they catch a glimpse of him, it's like everyone is screaming and shouting.
But he's
you know?
still way more.
Yeah, but no, but like I feel like my parents are not like actors; they're more industry people. So in that sense, I've never had the attention so much as like say a star's kid would have. I've not had so much attention. I've said this before. My family's support has literally helped me to get where I am today, and I'm really proud of it actually. And I'm not just gonna sit here and deny it and all of that.
Of course.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna put myself down saying like I don't deserve it.
And my chemistry teacher, I don't know why. It wasn't even really her job to do this, but she was just like, you have to get your hair cut. She's the one who always complained about my hair. So I started finding like different ways to style it. I remember, so it looks a bit shorter. And that was my rebellious moment. But the weird part about this story is, after it got too long, she took me to the chemistry lab and she cut it with scissors.
Was she allowed to do that?
No, she was fired the next day.
Gangubai.
Gangubai.
Oh,
Say why a little bit about Alia?
Because I love Alia. She's an amazing actor. And to play, like, it's very difficult to...
You wanted that to be a debut?
Yes.
Imagine.
Yes, why not? I mean,
not?
like, it's like playing a good character is fine, but playing a good character with heroic, you know,
I
like,
love that.
yeah, it's like a proper mixture of entertainment plus drama plus talent plus skills, everything all together. It's a package.
Hello everyone, I'm Rajani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. Just the urge to say silence everybody is a little more right now. But I think they are way more than what you see. I think everybody, it's a first for a lot of people, but it's also a first with such an exciting story. So first like this should be celebrated. I'm talking about, of course, the team of Farrey. Hello for joining in.
Hello.
Silence everyone.
Oh.
Sorry. I just wanted to say that. Did you use that a lot? I'm not being rude. I'm just being... You could say nahi. You could have just said no.
On set, you keep
Rebel.
hearing silence on set, silence on set,
silence. We're very used
silence.
to it.
Some people,
Yeah,
you remember
sorry, I
that
just spat
we
on
just
you.
do that.
Yeah,
So that's fine.
yeah, that's normal. Yeah.
Were the students okay? Were they disciplined? How was
No,
it
I
for
didn't
you?
want them to be disciplined.
Of course.
Yeah, you want to use that rebel energy and give that
Soumendra sir wants chaos.
Yes.
He thrives on
Yeah,
it.
conflict.
It thrives on
Conflict.
conflict. Drama is conflict.
Yeah,
Which is
drama
why,
is conflict.
now that you've said it, he said, I wanted the rebel energy. I think, and inside all of us is the rebel that needs to come out at times that we need, and also is the one that sometimes decides not to do anything about. So you'll have to tell me an incident in your life that you felt you stood up to be the rebel. It's a common question for all of you, including you actually. And the time that you decided silence was a better option. I suddenly how I became, everybody became serious. It can, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, silence, like when sometimes it's better to know, you know, like you cannot make everyone understand. It's fine. Let people say their things. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That time I prefer just being quiet and do my job.
Like for example,
Like people would just come and they would just tell you things that, you know, you should do it this way, do it that way.
change you.
What if you, to change you, yeah. And take away that individuality from you. So you just have to be yourself. Just be quiet. You know what you're doing.
you're not going to change.
Yes, you have done your research. You know what your plan is. You know the steps that you have.
Love that.
So silent at that moment. Just okay. Listen to everyone, but I'll do what I have to do. Rebel. I was very rebellious when I was a kid. Like because my parents, they just wanted me, not like, to many things actually. Like I was rebellious in class. If somebody would tell me don't do this, then I'll definitely make sure that I'll do that, because just from that nature, because I was rebellious कि अब तो करूँगी अब मुझे ऐसे बोले, मुझे क्यों बोला आपने ऐसे, चाहे वो सही भी बोला हो कि you know for my welfare, but करना ही करना था because I was that rebellious.
Okay, fair enough. An honest answer, see. A rebel without a cause then, because you said then without a cause. Okay,
Before.
Fair. Before. Okay. Now with a cause. Now with a cause. Okay. What about you, Alizeh?
I'm thinking the one thing that's coming to my mind is like my first like outburst that I ever had as a rebel in my life. Like the earliest memory, I was like very, like when I was a kid, I had this friend, not a kid, I was a teenager, I had this friend and she wasn't like a really good friend, and all of us were like friends with her, and she was horrible to everyone, and finally one day I was like, you know what, you're a really bad person. And like, you're really rude to everyone. I was a kid, obviously, so it was like very PG-13. And I remember that day, like, you know, a few people were like, you know, you like, that was really nice. Like, she really needed to hear that. And after that, I was like, if you're feeling a certain way, if you're feeling negatively about something, you should always always say it. And you don't need to say it in a rude or a demeaning or a condescending way. You can say it in a like, kill him with kindness, you know, like, you can say it in a very kind way, and you can still get your point across. And silence, I think, generally, when I'm feeling like someone is trying to gaslight me, that's when I stay silent, because that's when I feel like the person who's trying to gaslight me will get more irritated if I don't say anything, because what they want is me to say something. So that's
to provoke you.
Yeah, to provoke me. So when I know someone's intentionally trying to provoke me, I just smile and don't say anything.
You are a mature person.
Now.
For anybody listening in, gaslighting is something that can trigger us, isn't it?
Yeah. And some people really do it on purpose.
It happens to like, young people a lot, because they just assume that you don't know things.
Yeah. And also, if someone says something to me, comments something on my page, like DMs me or something, I just delete it and I block them.
I just remove your mechanism for dealing with trolls?
Yeah, I just say, okay, then do it somewhere else. You know, don't do it in my space and in my safe space. Do it, because you can say it wherever you want. If you want to hate someone, you don't need to hate them on their page. You can hate them on many different platforms. They can do that. Just don't take away my peace of mind. So if anyone will just block. I know even you do that. You like delete and block.
Delete and block.
For sanity, no?
People
Sometimes,
say,
for
people
sure.
say, don't care. It's like,
No.
why it's my page?
Exactly.
We want to cleanse it.
Yes.
Toxicity ko hatao.
Yes.
Bilkul. I agree.
Because I stalk myself, I see my posts and comments.
Same.
No, but you're right. I mean, I think we'll have to figure out mechanisms to do this. Thicker skin, you're in the industry, you're going to be judged for everything. I'm sure you already feel judged at so many levels, right? It's actually sanity ko kaise deal kare, I think everybody has to figure out. What about you?
I was working as a software engineer in Hyderabad. So lunch time था, मुझे अभी भी याद है. तो मुझे लगा कि एक और दिन मैं हैदराबाद रुकूंगा, I'll die. So I took that bus from Hyderabad and came to Bombay. That frustration was.
I like Hyderabad.
Fantastic place, great food. So I took that bus and came to Bombay.
Okay,
I think,
so that was your.
and I had not informed anybody that I was coming to Bombay.
Oh, so just like that.
Just like that.
Oh, wow.
That's a very
Because everybody comes to Bombay, so मैं भी Bombay आ गया. तो पता नहीं था करना क्या. I didn't have all the answers.
Guts, huh?
My parents knew after 8 months. When दो High Court से दो letter आए कि your son is absconding from the company. I had not informed my parents.
So you didn't even tell them like
Nobody
later?
had informed.
Okay.
So they really got scared. And the company was chasing me.
Of course.
So
that was your biggest rebel moment,
yes,
obviously.
Yes, that bus ride changed my life.
Yeah.
That is when I.
And where do you decide to be silent?
Oh, that was the silence.
That was the silence in between. So that's your rebel and silence.
I didn't need that outside voice. I wanted to give myself fair chance to fail and learn. And because anybody would ask me, "Karna kya?" I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I needed that silence to be able to figure out myself.
I want to tell you that she still hasn't, but my mother has gone through one of the scams. So whenever I thought I must mention it to you. And I looked at her mother today, I said, I'm going to be the director of Jamtara. I must mention that after your daughter has told you, you, not exact scam, but usi mein kaha, Mama. She's like, but don't tell him. I said, but I must mention him. And some credit to the person who's visualized it and all of that. So, well, for everybody's safety, if you can't explain to your parents, make them watch Jamtara.
But I think you get scammed as well once, I remember.
This has happened with my friend also.
It happened to your friend?
She ended up paying us like, dude, you need to watch
Jamtara.
What are you doing?
Abhi recently हुआ था. My friend, he got scammed for 15,000 rupees. He's a producer, an ad film production house. They went to Khar police station. बोले कि सर इसका मेरे दोस्त है एंड इसका हो गया तो पुलिस ने पहले आपको बोला कि जमतारा नहीं देखा था क्या तो ही कॉल्ड मी फ्रॉम द पुलिस स्टेशन
Did he call you and say कि बताओ मैं शर्म आ रही थी बोलने में दोस्त ने बनाई. But I love it. I love that moment that you described. What about you?
Rebellious moment. So many. So many I can't say.
But come on, everybody's been very honest. Be honest. Be honest.
You know, I remember the first time. I was in school. I don't remember. It must have been 4th grade, 3rd grade. I don't remember. But now the school I went to in Delhi, you had to keep your hair a certain length. You could only have short hair. But now I had this like amazing curly afro when I was younger, right? My parents loved it too, and I loved my hair. And it got to a point where I think I just joined school, and they made me cut my hair the first time. And I remember when my hair started growing out, when they saw it growing out, I said that I don't want to cut it. I told, and my chemistry teacher, I don't know why, it wasn't even really her job to do this, but she was just like, you have to get your hair cut. She's the one who'd always complain about my hair. So I started finding like different ways to style it. I remember, so it looks a bit shorter. And that was my rebellious moment. But the weird part about this story is, after it got too long, she took me to the chemistry lab and she cut it with scissors.
Was she allowed to do that?
No, she was fired the next day.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Even
I had a
adults.
really
Adults
scary
also
chemistry
need
teacher. I think
boundaries.
they-
That's really like,
And-
oh well. Whoever, if you ever see this, that's boundaries, ma'am.
And that was my that was when I also realized how powerful silence is. Because as she's doing it, I remember I was quiet, right?
Yeah.
And all in my head, I was thinking, I'm like, you're so screwed.
Yeah.
So
You're like, when that letter that I tell my parents are going to type, my darling.
Yeah.
That's going to speak louder. Okay. Fair enough. I think that was inappropriate as well.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But you handled well. Okay, moving on. Sahil, something interesting.
I think
Be bold.
I was very shy since very beginning, very introvert in my school.
Sure.
But one thing that happened, one incident that happened, I was in a very local market, I think Paharganji tha. Or I realized somebody has like taken my phone out of my pocket. And I was wearing a pajama और वो बहुत loose pocket थी.
Yeah.
और किसी ने मेरा phone ले लिया. And तो I was facing this shop और वो मेरे पीछे था. And I just realized कि कुछ तो light हुआ है और एकदम से I turn around and for a second everybody was out of focus and I could see only one guy right in front of me. And I looked down, like my POV, I went down and I look at his hand, उसने phone ऐसे गिराया. So that I don't realize कि उसने चुरा लिया और मैंने उठाया phone और मैंने आज तक किसी को हाथ तक नहीं लगाया था. But at that particular point of time, I just, hold him from here and it was like, भाई पुलिस वाला कहाँ है? I was like, but उसके बाद जो मैंने कर दिया ना, मुझे खुद दिया कि मैंने कर कैसे दिया है. I think that was like the most rebellious I could ever get. उसके बाद तो मेरी हिम्मत ही नहीं हुई कुछ करने की.
Okay. Well, interesting. Very, very interesting. Of course, Alizeh, I know that everybody is going to bring up the topic of what you feel about the privilege that you have. And of course, and you acknowledged it, right? When I've spoken to people who come from filmy families, it's interesting to have this conversation because there is a mix here, right? You have someone who's debuting, someone who's completely, some have theatre background, some actually just are absolutely fresh off the boat, as you call it. I would like your opinion as to how have you perceived it, because I know that this conversation, you have the biggest superstars in your house, but also you've led a very simple life that way. So I know that there is a certain thought behind that process. I think you should highlight that.
Firstly, like the reason why I acknowledge it is because it's a very valid conversation, and there's no denying it. I mean, I've said this before, my family's support has literally helped me to get where I am today, and I'm really proud of it actually, and I'm not just going to sit here and deny it and all of that.
Of course.
But at the same time, I'm not going to put myself down saying like I don't deserve it and stuff, because you need to if you're not going to support yourself, then who is, right?
Sure. Like there's a perception outside, right?
Yeah.
I want to know how, and of course, how that conversation was for you, because they'll be like, listen, while you're putting ourselves out, whether it's Salman or whether it's Sarpas or, whether it's your own mother who's come to you and told you, those conversations, as to now we've done it, now you're going to be out to the world, and this is what's going to be scary and not.
The thing about my family is that they're quite, like, everyone is quite private and like generally not that exposed to the media. Even Salman, I mean, if they catch a glimpse of him, it's like everyone is screaming and shouting.
But he's still way more.
But like I feel like my parents are not like actors; they're more industry people. So in that sense, I've never had the attention so much as like say a star's kid would have. I've not had so much attention, and whatever little bit has come, I've just embraced it and I've just accepted it, because my journey to realizing that I want to act and to be an actor was my own journey, and that's my personal thing. I know that, and my family also knows that as well. How I came to this realization. So as long as they know that, my close friends know that, my co-stars know that, I feel like I'm settled and I have nothing to prove in that sense.
Good.
Yeah.
There's this weird stigma about star kids and stuff, right?
Exactly.
Obviously.
Sure.
But Alizeh I've known for a while now, and she's just so far from that. We bully her on set. We're the star kids.
Zayn is the star.
I'm the
actually.
star kid.
Yeah, Zayn is the star.
You are the star?
He is the star.
He himself said that, you know, Salman's advice was, don't overact. You know, and the kind of film that you chose and the kind of, you know, work that Soumendra has till now is a zone that definitely doesn't encourage
You
overacting.
can't overact.
You can't
overact.
Physical comedy or anything like that.
So it doesn't make it possible for you to. It's really, you know, it's a skill.
Yeah.
He sets up from the workshops to the preparation to when we're finally on set. I don't know how he does it, but I can't explain when I say you just cannot. It's not possible to overact on a set.
Yeah. It's
not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
that
you
was the
think
only time I
amazing,
feel like Sir would actually interfere. Not interfere is not the right word, but that's the only time he would come and tell us, okay, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not real and the tone is not real and I feel like you're acting and I don't want you to do that. So that was really nice. That's the only time Sir would actually come in and that kind of overlapped with what advice I had got from Salman as well.
Yeah.
Did you go and tell him that I don't think there's a scope for you? Hey, Nemo film. He knows it.
Yeah, I did. I actually said that, you know, I think the one thing that you wanted, I think you'll get that because Soumendra sir never allowed us to overact. So,
but you know, I love this. I love that the film is this because we don't have too many of films that is not just like la 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 la, everything's so beautiful and you know, it's not another student of the year, right? Because wo to kar hi raha hai koi. So this is another take, which is interesting because are there enough stories being told for YAs, for young adults?
yeah.
I don't think there are enough, right?
Yeah.
And look at the time, we have series like Elite. We have so many different international series that are loved on OTT platforms.
Yeah.
I know there were comparisons that will come up saying, I want to know, were there inspirations, A, for you and also for others? Did you all watch shows which you really liked and were there any kind of inspiration?
For the movie.
For this movie?
Yeah.
I'd actually seen, just right before, I'd watched a Hollywood movie, I can't remember the name, in which a character was like a similar prodigy to what I had done. And he did it in a very, he was kind of like it was Good Will Hunting, sorry, I couldn't remember the name.
Okay.
Matt Damon's character, he's intelligent, but he doesn't care about it. And he doesn't understand the value of it. And I was like, it's such an interesting take on an intelligent character because everyone is constantly telling him like, you're so bright, you have such a bright future, you have such a this, such a that. And he just doesn't care. And I thought that was such an interesting thing. So I did, during the workshop, I did try and like create that similar zone for Niyati as well, that she's really intelligent, but it's not like, it's not her whole life.
Like she's kind of aware, not aware at the same time.
No, she's too aware. She's too aware of the advantages that she has in this space. So it's like, as you said, it's a very rebellious kind of a geniusness.
You want to add something, I know.
So I can't remember the name of the series.
Sure.
So it's on Netflix and it's a series and it's based on a real true story. So that character was so interesting because she always portrayed herself the way like she's very confident, she was like devil but she is a mastermind, but at the same time she always acted very cute and showed everyone ki oh ha ha, like bubbly and all. So I wanted to keep that factor like confident, bubbly but mastermind at the same time. Plus I wanted to add like most of the parts I wanted to add my flavor to the character. Like how can I make her, like she's a devil, like but how can I make her interesting and naive, sweet, and obviously like the most important thing in her life was love. How can I show that? So yeah, that's it.
Cute. So you have picked up few things in there. You want to say something, no?
No, I think
Everything is inspiration.
characters are under 18.
Yeah.
So they will act stupid and naive, not mature. So that debate we had you have to act not your age. A very
Act
younger
like-
self, which is stupid.
Like make more mistakes.
Audience बोले रे क्या पागल है क्यों कर रहा है? That question should
गधा है
come from
वाला
the
है।
audience, not from them. They उतनी समझ है नहीं life की.
Sure. See, and of course, I wouldn't say this is your debut because you know you've obviously been loved.
Yes, I've actually been a part of the young adult.
Exactly where I was going with this. So I wanted to
Yes.
hear from you. Also, of course, you've been got special mention by Salman and a lot of other people actually.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Like what I felt about the appreciation.
Yeah,
It was crazy. It's been, it doesn't really feel real, but it's kind of weird because I'm not the type of person to take so much positivity or negativity. I kind of don't care about it.
Really?
I do not care.
Wow.
I'm very separated from the whole. I said something the other day. I keep saying this, and I want to know how I said it because I said it very well yesterday.
No, you're reaching the end of the day of the interview.
No.
Take your time.
No, what I wanted to say was like, you think that people, you shouldn't care what people really think.
Sure.
You're the most important person to yourself.
You're not your
to,
Instagram.
not
That's
that.
what-
That too. You're not your Instagram. But yeah, you literally exactly.
Actually,
yeah.
it's our friends.
It's one of our friends' Instagrams
Instagram bio.
in their bio. It's like, you are not your Instagram. So I just feel like people care too much about positivity or negativity or what other people think. And don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful. Did it feel good? It felt amazing. Of course it felt amazing. But you also have to learn, okay, it felt amazing, now on to the next one. You detach.
So that you stay grounded.
Yeah, of course, always.
Nat, I truly enjoyed the trailer. But if this was not your debut, a Bollywood debut that you truly feel envious would have been. It can be any film that you thought that character and the way that person debuted was. So I'm going to start here.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Does it have to be someone else's debut or can it be any movie?
It can be any movie
Okay, okay.
also, but debut will be interesting because maybe you thought, oh, like that, but if not, that also.
Bollywood film.
If you would have
Bollywood
debuted
film.
a Bollywood film and the actor, what about you?
Gangubai.
Gangubai?
Oh.
Say why a little bit about Alia if you want to
Because
say.
I love Alia. She's an amazing actor, and to play, like, it's very difficult to.
You wanted that to be your debut? Papa.
Yes.
Imagine.
Yes, why not? I mean,
not?
like, it's so, it's like playing a good character is fine, but playing a good character with heroic, you know,
I
like,
love that.
yeah, it's like a proper mixture of entertainment plus drama plus talent plus skills, everything all together. It's a package, and that's not easy.
That's not easy. So Alia Bhatt. for
Alia
you.
Bhatt.
Okay, what about you?
Highway.
I don't see the same
Yeah.
answer.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
know
can't. अभी
that.
यहाँ पे भी cheating मत करो यार पूरे film में तो कर ही
That's
रहे हो.
another film.
Such a mean
But
thing to
that's
say.
Another character.
But that's another character. Of course you can say highway.
Even I'm
Yeah, you
saying
can say
for the same.
highway. Sure.
I, as personally, like my
Alia is a
favorite.
clear favorite here, but okay.
Yeah. My personal, like one of my favorite films is Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. So I think that would have been a very interesting debut.
Yeah.
Similar to Farrey also, like Friends
Yeah,
and
Travel.
all of
But
that.
which
yeah.
character?
Which character? Any one of the, I mean, they're boys, but
That's
like,
what I
that would have
said.
been
Zindagi is like
interesting.
they don't make enough fun
Yeah.
films with women,
Yeah.
nah.
But I think it's quite like gender neutral in that sense because I
Yes.
watched that movie
Sure.
and relate to it on quite
Fair
a
enough.
deep note. So maybe you know the character that I really liked a lot was Abhay Deol's character. Actually, I loved that character. I think that would be a very interesting debut. Also, Sir just told me to try comedy, and that's like quite a comedic role. So
Oh, really?
yeah, maybe that.
Interesting. I like maybe that. I love it. Okay,
Yeah,
what about
yeah.
you?
I think Amir Khan was actually one of my favorite actors growing up. And Lagan I've seen like 100 times, so it would be
course.
that. Yeah, that was a great film.
Okay, nice one. What about you?
I would have loved to play Alia Bhatt's character in Razi.
Oh,
Meghna
wow.
Guzman.
Nice.
I would have loved to.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
very good
Nice. That's
Yeah.
nice one. Okay,
It's a very
clear.
nice film.
Alia is clearly
Yeah.
doing some good.
Alia's
No,
winning.
Alia
Alia is
Yeah,
winning in
she's
life.
a winner
yeah.
already.
She's
Yeah.
winning in
Yeah,
life
yeah.
already. All right then. So I'm going to ask the question. Anybody who knows can just pick up the hand first.
Okay.
Okay. And you can be the judge of
So you have
who.
to first raise your hand, then
Of who?
No, I'll see. Okay.
We have to have someone. You can be the judge of
Okay.
who has answered and who
Very
needs, who
easy.
gets to answer. Okay. I think it's not very difficult. Okay. In which year did Amitabh Bachchan debut in Hindi cinema?
1971.
Firstly, you need to raise your hand.
Wait, you got it?
Yeah.
No, he didn't raise his hand.
He didn't raise his hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
come on,
no,
please.
That's not allowed.
No, please, you have to. That was so
No,
impressive.
no,
You have
he
to-
had already made it clear that you have to
Oh,
raise
you
your
have to
hand.
raise. I did this 1971.
What is that?
No, but that's such an impressive answer. I think you should give it to
Prasanna
me.
got it. Prasanna.
I think you should
You
give
know
it
what?
to me.
That's why
Prasanna
I didn't want
used
to put
for-
myself in this position.
But how
Technically,
did you
the rule was.
I didn't guess it. I knew
Wait a
it.
minute. Sure.
You knew it.
So
Yeah.
the rule
Decide.
was.
I just knew it. I
The
remember
rule
it.
was. The rule was. You have to pick up your hand and then you get to say it. He didn't. He said it.
But I said
Well,
no
who
one
would
would
have-
have
He's
got.
a rebel.
Yeah.
So
it
who
goes
you
to
give
him.
this to?
Me.
By
He's a
rules,
rebel, he'll
her,
fight for
By
it.
rules, her.
But-
So who would you give
but
it
who
to?
would you give it to?
Ironically,
But
say
who would
who
you
want to
give
give
it
it to?
to?
We'll move on.
But life has no rules, so
You can't play both sides.
It's okay.
That's it.
So Mendra, come on.
He said life has no rules.
Rules
It's
are
my
meant to be
point.
broken.
So his.
Yes.
Okay. Yours.
it's
Then-
like the cat paper. No, all four options are right
So-
options.
That's the only thing I'm going to
Acha,
get
now
right.
please pick up your hands. Okay, come on, quick. This is a very easy question. Who does the Bollywood star Anil Kapoor play in Slumdog Millionaire? Like, what is the character?
Amitabh Bachchan's
No. The
Call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure,
Amitabh
but,
host.
Bachchan's character.
Yeah, I was
but that's
the
not
host of the
KBC, right?
Acha.
So just
wants to
say,
be-
just say whatever.
I want to say.
Alizeh.
Just say what that person is.
A host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
This.
I got, but I didn't cheat. I know you said it, but I already knew that.
The movie Fitur is an adaptation of which prominent literary
Oh,
work?
A Tale of Two. Oh, wait. I know.
Hath uthao.
Raise your hand.
I want to say A Tale of Two Cities, but I know it's not that. It's
I like how I'm listening also. Okay,
I
come.
know this.
Which
The
book
Great
है
Gatsby.
क्या है? Which book?
No, I know this.
What is
Fitur, I know it. I've forgotten.
I,
Okay, give a hint.
it's definitely not Tale of Two
No, I know, but it's the same author. Yeah, I know it.
Think. Acha,
Yeah.
bol deti hu. Nobody wants to
No,
try.
it's the
na?
same author. I got 50% of the.
No.
Think of more. There are so many authors. There's
What,
Dickens, there's definitely not in.
Is it a famous book?
Yeah, it is very famous.
When I say it, you be
I
like,
literally
oh.
just
When I say it,
saw
you
it
be go.
last month.
Okay, I'll say it. This
Okay,
one,
wait.
let go. This
Yeah.
one, let go. Great Expectations.
Ah.
Let go.
about to
Okay.
say that.
Yeah. please
Okay,
do
come
not
on.
to say.
You
Listen.
didn't know this.
Which
Great
Bollywood
Expectations.
film is an official remake of the Korean film Ode to My Father?
Bharat.
Bharat. I raise my hand. Bharat.
Alizeh.
But this was such a little biased
See
question.
now it's like equalized.
But
Yeah.
Alizeh, how
Okay,
it is
then let's just
biased?
remove the hand
Salman
raising.
Khan movies everybody watches.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a bias.
But
for
Bharat is
everyone.
also my dad's film.
Yeah.
No, but फिर भी, but anyway, he won it. You realize you didn't.
Okay.
You realize he won
Fine, you
it.
take it.
Okay, now, how many times has Salman Khan played the role of Prem? This is the last question.
17.
8.
8 times.
17 ना?
Cameos
अभी तो किया था
included.
पिछले
81.
interview.
Cameos included.
14.
It's definitely more than 15 and she'll have to get it. It's not
17.
8 enough.
15.
See, I have to
19.
include all cameos because हमने अभी एक वो पूरा list में
21.
बताया था कि not 21. She's
17.
17.
I googled it. The previous one. Yeah.
Definitely not that, but not bad.
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
awesome.
listen, but I think we have a clear winner.
Zen.
Let's give it up.
Zen.
Woo!
Zeyn Shaw.
Without Farrey, that too. एक में cheating था वो. I think that I will be honest. एक में semi, but you still won it. So well done, but all of you, let's give a round of applause to all of us. You have done such a good job. But
For losing.
thank you so much. I love the energy and the camaraderie that you have amongst yourself as well. You know, the whole world will always try to pit you against each other.
Yeah.
But I see the sisterhood, I see the brotherhood, and I see, you know,
The brother,
Brother and
sister,
sister, brother and sister.
the entire friendship.
That's love.
All of that.
Those, they're lovers.
But so all the very best, the team
Thank
of
you so
Farrey,
much.
to you
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you so much.
I hope it makes even more noise than Yamtara, which
Absolutely,
is going to be so much fun. All the very best.
Thank you.
Lots of love, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.